Hey guys, this is Ryan Rust, and this is my first ever video. So thank you for listening, guys. And my main point of business is going to be about the Vikings, because I am a Minnesota Viking fan, and I have been since I can ever remember. So wow, wow, that game, guys. I still think I'm dreaming. Like, I don't believe it. I just can't believe the ending of that game. Now, maybe you guys can't. I don't know how a person that isn't like, a real fan of the Vikings. Maybe you're rooting for the Vikings, maybe you aren't. Maybe you're on the Saints and you don't believe it. Just being a total unbiased person on that game. I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about that. But I can tell you guys right now what I was thinking, what I was going through. I can tell you what every other Minnesota Viking fan felt and what they were going through. Because we have many years of knowing how this situation turns out for us. We knew this game was over. We knew it. We were starting to feel like we were going to lose this game in the third quarter when Keenum threw that interception. I did. I was watching the game with my brother and a buddy, and they felt that way. I feel pretty strongly that I can talk for the whole state of Minnesota that we were going to lose that game at that moment in the third quarter when we were up 17-7. So let's go through our season. Bradford comes out and looks like an MVP, very first game of the year against the Saints. And, you know, he got sacked one time, threw for over 300 yards. Diggs had almost 200 yards receiving. I don't know the exact numbers. I'm just going off of memory. I don't have them here in front of me. But all around, we look pretty dang good. And then Bradford's out for pretty much the rest of the season. He tries to make a comeback, and he looks like he's in pain with a sore knee. So he missed, on paper, 14 games, which was really 14 and a half games because his knee was sore. The guy's torn his ACL twice and has been fighting injuries his whole NFL career. So I kind of feel bad for the guy. At the same time, I thought he was our man. I was excited for Keenum being picked up by our team when we picked him up as a backup quarterback. I thought he was more than capable of holding down the quarterback position for Bradford if he needed a few games here and there or, whatever. I was not excited for him to be our starting quarterback. When Bridgewater joined the roster, Keenum was in the midst of a win streak. I don't know what it is. It was a win streak. It was like 3 or 4 games or something like that. And he was getting better. He was improving each week. He was terrible against the Steelers. I mean, I was ready to, give up on the season. But our defense gives us a chance to win every week. which is what the Browns need to do, by the way. They got to stop drafting quarterbacks and ruining quarterbacks' careers before they even start. They need to just watch and see what we did. We just went defense, defense, defense. And now we can almost throw anybody at quarterback, and we're going to have a chance to win the game. So, the Browns GM, if you are listening to this, don't draft that Darnell guy or whatever. Go and get a big 6'3" cornerback who can defend the best receivers in the league. Just do it. Just do it. Just trust me. But back to our point. The Vikings. Bridgewater comes in when we're blowing a team out, throws an interception, which wasn't his fault. McKinnon bobbled it, and it went into the hands of the other team. And we have no idea what to expect from Bridgewater. But Zimmer made him inactive for last night's game. So he's going to be a free agent at the end of the season. So I don't know what that means for Bridgewater because the state of Minnesota loves him. But he's not our starting quarterback anymore. He is not our starting quarterback, and he's probably never going to be our starting quarterback ever again. And, I mean, it pains me to say it because I love the guy. I feel so bad for him. I do. I don't know if he's 100%. I don't think he is. We don't have much to go off of. But he was inactive for the game. Bradford was made active for the first time since the game against the Bears that he was just falling to the ground because he's afraid to get hit. So, if things went really bad, Bradford was going to enter that game. We were up 17-0 at halftime. If we were down 0-17, Bradford would have came out the second half. Just kind of like Saban did with Jalen Hurts a week ago. So, we're up 17-0. I think we did a 3-and-out. The Saints marched right down the field and scored. And Latavius Murray's runs were being effective the first half, and then the second half it just stopped. We kept running, getting to the line of scrimmage. Running, getting to the line of scrimmage. So there was a run, and Keenum panicked and threw an ill-advised throw, and it got an easy pick. And they're like practically in the red zone, starting their drive. We know they're getting points in the drive. Almost everybody in Minnesota knew this game was going 14-17. But Breeze is going to make the play. Drew Brees is an all-time great. In my mind, he's number 3 of our era, guys. He's number 3. Tom Brady 1. Peyton Manning 2. Drew Brees 3. And I don't know how you argue he's not up there. You knew he was going to make plays. We were up 17-0. You knew we weren't going to blow them out. So, just crazy game, guys. Crazy. Things went bad real quick. Keenum made a few big throws that second half. Thielen made a huge catch for like a 26-yard gain. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. He was held. They called defensive holding. And then it was like he knew he was beat and knew Thielen was about to make a play. So he went and just like smothered him before the ball got there so he wouldn't make a play on the ball, which is the right thing. That's what you tell them to do. But he came down with it anyways, just made a huge catch. On top of that, Keenum put the ball right where it needed to be after that big interception, which was huge. We didn't come away with touchdown, or we got a couple field goals. We got 3 points with like a minute and a half left in the fourth. We got a field goal, and I was thinking, come on, man, we need a touchdown or this is over. Drew Brees is going to get them a touchdown unless we take all the time off the clock, which we didn't. A minute and a half was enough time for him to get a touchdown. Sure enough, it was. See, the key here of everything happening, our defense wasn't great. Our defense was not great the second half. We shut them out the first half. That was huge. But our defense set everything up. We had that. They made two big, two 20-yard pass completions that put them in field goal range pretty much immediately. They ran out of bounds each time the clock stopped. And then they're like, oh, this game's over. Yeah, game's over. I was thinking, game's over. And they get to a 3rd and 1. They're calling, through a little quick passes to a slot receiver going straight out of bounds, a little drag route. And then it's 3rd and 1, and they're thinking, all right, let's get a first down. And we can run the clock down to pretty much nothing, call a timeout, kick the field goal, ball game. But our defensive line, Linval Joseph, and Everson Griffin, and our linebackers get penetration, and we stop them short of the first down. Call a timeout instantly. I'm yelling at the TV, timeout, 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 I don't even know why I was so amped up because the game was over. So they make the field goal. We lose our lead for the first time in the game with 30 seconds or 26, 27, whatever it was on the clock. We lost our lead. We had all game for the first time. So we felt defeated. We felt like we were beat. But we knew we were getting the ball back. We knew our offense hadn't really done much this whole half. So you guys know what happened. Field goal good. They kick it. No return. No time off the clock. I think we had a couple 2 incompletions. And then, Thielen made the play on 3rd down. And then we had another, I think Diggs' play was on 3rd down. The 61-yarder. Guys, Keenum put that ball right where it needed to be. Diggs made a great catch. That catch was difficult. That was not an easy catch. The pressure he had on him, and they were they drew that play up for him to get out of bounds instantly. If you look at it, he got that ball with 3 seconds left on the clock, 2 or 3 seconds, and he would have gotten out of bounds with 2 seconds left. And we would have had a shot at the field goal. And Keenum, he did exactly what was asked of him. Exactly what he needed to do. But we wouldn't have made that field goal, guys. We would have not made that field goal. We wouldn't have. If you have grown up your whole life being a Viking fan, this does not happen. This does not happen. This end result, this miraculous finish, does not happen if you're a Viking. No, wait, guys. Yes, it does. If you got Case Keenum at your quarterback, and you got guys like Thielen and Stephon Diggs as your wideout playmakers, you at any given moment this can happen. Holy shit! Excuse my language, guys, but holy shit! That guy, that rookie that whiffed on the tackle, I hope you learned your mistake costed you probably a chance to play in the Super Bowl against Tom Brady, which I'm sure most of the United States was hoping for that matchup, was a Tom Brady, Drew Brees Super Bowl. I mean, I would like to see it. I mean, with the Vikings eliminated, that's what I would have wanted as a fan of the sport. Drew Brees, Tom Brady. And I probably would have been rooting for Drew Brees, to be honest, because, I mean, he's a GOAT, and I give credit where credit is due, but I don't like Tom Brady. I don't like him. I hate Tom Brady. My favorite quarterback growing up as a kid was Peyton Manning, and it pains me to call Tom Brady the GOAT, but he is. He is. There's no question about it. He is the GOAT. And just being a fan of the sport, that's what you want. Unless your team is in the playoffs, then you want your team to go. My team is the Vikings. In case you guys don't know that yet. But, so, Drew Brees, 294 yards, 25 for 40, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I believe those are both in the first half. Keenum, believe it or not, 25 of 40 as well as Brees. 318 yards. And he did not outplay Brees. He did what was asked of him. But that 61-yard miraculous play at the end just got him past Drew Brees, guys. Just barely got him past. And 1 touchdown. The miraculous touchdown. This man, we better pay the guy. I mean, not like long-term, Drew Brees contract, but, we got to give this guy a multi-year deal. Maybe 2 or 3 years and just stick with him. The guy is not a game manager. And they call him a game manager or whatever. He's not. He's a magician. He makes plays, man. He's about to get sacked, and he just, duck. He's slippery in the pocket. And with our offensive line, which it had its moments of greatness, isn't always great. I mean, he's got to be slippery in that pocket. He does, and he is. Bradford isn't as slippery. He's not able to buy time like Keenum was. So, I think Keenum's our guy of the future. I think he is. Case Keenum is our franchise quarterback. I hope Zimmer sees it that way. I really do. I bite my words for anything I have said when I first saw him against Pittsburgh or whatever. He's our man, guys. So, I still don't believe it. I still don't believe it happened. It still feels like a dream or something. It does not feel right. But I'm going to make my predictions. I will pump out more videos for you guys. I hope you guys like my videos. You know, I kind of like doing this. So I'm going to finish this video off with some predictions for the rest of the playoffs. I'm going to say AFC. I can't go against Tom Brady. You think the Jags are going to beat Tom Brady? I know they got the controversy and, you know, they're going through all that. Jimmy Garoppolo and Belichick and legacy, you know, all that's going on. You think that's enough for the Jaguars to upset Belichick, Tom Brady, and the Patriots? 95% chance we're seeing Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, in my mind. I don't. The Jaguars' defense showed you can put up a lot of points against them. So you think Tom Brady's not going to put up points? They're probably not going to put up 45 points. But you think the Patriots' defense is going to give up 42? So I'm going to say 28-17 Patriots take it. 2-possession game. I don't think it'll be last team who gets the ball wins the game. You know, it's not going to be 2 touchdowns, but it'll be 2 possessions. Now, the Vikings and Eagles. This is different. I was a little worried going into this game against the Saints because it was like the worst possible matchup pre-Superbowl we could have gotten. The Eagles, as everybody knows, Carson Wentz, MVP caliber season, probably would have won the MVP if he would have finished the season out. Who knows? Maybe he will win the MVP. I don't know the rules on that totally, but I don't think he is. I think Tom Brady's going to get the Super Bowl. I think Wentz had like 33 touchdowns and like 3,500 yards and like 13 or 12 games or something like that, whatever it was, which is pretty damn good, guys. So, the Eagles losing their MVP quarterback against our defense. Nick Foles against Xavier Rhodes, Harrison Smith, Anthony Barr. Everson Griffin coming off the edge, pressuring him. If they get in a position that they have to throw the ball, they are in big trouble. The Eagles are going to have to establish the run early and not get in a spot where they have to throw the ball against us. Because then they're in trouble. They're in trouble. Nick Foles is no Drew Brees. He's no Tom Brady. So, I think we're going to take this one like 20-10. Keenum's going to do what he needs to do. I don't think he's going to need to make too many big plays. We're going to try to establish the run like we did against the Saints. We're going to play the game careful. Game manager Keenum, if you want to say. He's just going to manage it. 20-10. 20-10, that's my prediction. Keenum makes enough. Maybe if he throws 2 touchdown passes, I can see it. 1 to Rudolph, maybe. 1 to Diggs or Thielen. Maybe he runs 1 in. I don't know. I thought I'd see a little more scrambling out of the guy. He didn't do that too much. But that being said, we get 2 weeks off. We have the Pro Bowl, and the Patriots are gonna get annihilated by the press with their whole drama they're going through right now. And I'm biased. Tom Brady could come out, Belichick could have the perfect game plan, and we just get blown out in the Super Bowl. But I'm biased. My gut has been, since 2 months ago, has been feeling like it's a season of fate and things just keep happening and happening that make me feel like more and more that season of fate. Like I said earlier, Aaron Rodgers went down. I'm not happy about the injury. I'm just saying, Aaron Rodgers went down. Then the Eagles were looking like they were going to go 15-1, and Wentz went down. Now they're a mess. And then you're talking, oh man, we're going to go to the Super Bowl. We just got to get past the Saints. And then we run into Tom Brady. That's a tough matchup. And then this controversy comes up about the Patriots. And the AFC's weak, man. AFC is not the NFC. You look at the team sitting at home right now on the NFC that didn't even make the playoffs. The Seahawks, the Packers. I mean, I know. The 49ers, who won their last 5 games of the season. I mean, our bad, quote-unquote, bad teams aren't that bad. I mean, the NFC is stacked. So, Super Bowl prediction. 31-30 Vikings. First Super Bowl, win it in their own building. Love or hate it, I could be wrong. I'm just feeling it's a season of destiny, guys. That's my biased opinion. I could be wrong. But if I'm right, you heard it here. So, give me a like, subscribe, guys. I will do my best to get out as many videos as I can. Thanks. Peace.